Hey guys, what's up?
How's it
Hey,
going?
Good, cold as hell in Joburg.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
we feel it.
yeah, it's a bit cold. How you guys been?
The same. Just
We
freezing.
we're all a bit tired. Like the day just feels like it's been dragging on. I don't know why. I think it's the weather.
So I was up this morning from about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and it was about 6 degrees. And I'm pretty sure that each one of you guys are probably in bed still, so you can't complain.
Okay, I promise you, we were all at school cuddling with each other. Well, we weren't cuddling, social distancing, so we were imaginary cuddling with each other.
Yeah, I've seen you boys. You're pretty boys, so I wouldn't put it past y'all. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
I'm just saying, any directors out there, if you're looking for pretty boys, we're here.
And
No,
we're
definitely,
Madhushan
man. They'll get my recommendation. Definite recommendation. You know, I just want to start off by saying that you guys are doing such a cool initiative. I think for kids especially to do something like a podcast and put your thoughts and your ideas of what's going on in your own lives out there, I think that's pretty cool. So firstly, congrats on that. And to put your thoughts and minds to do a podcast and share what's going on in your own, you know, being 19, 20 years old and going through COVID and school and what you guys have to deal with. When I was in Matric, I remember we had this massive teachers strike. For like a month, we had no teachers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that, you know, when we passed, it was like, oh shit, we passed Matric.
That's what we feel right now. We're all also in Matric as well, and yeah, it's pretty much the same feeling, maybe just a little bit worse. But
But it's an interesting phase, you know. It's an interesting time to be in Matric or to be a student right now because the world is changing so fast and, you know, technology and ideas are flowing a lot more openly than what it used to back in the day. Yeah, my sister and I were actually talking about this the other day. So I'm not sure at what age you guys got Facebook, but like back in the day when we first got in like 2006, 2007, you couldn't tag people and stuff. And if you wanted to get someone's attention, you had to actually poke them on Facebook.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I remember that.
It's still good. Life is so different now. Now you can tag people, and I know you guys love sliding in the DMs.
Duran, Shavik.
hey,
Don't even pull that card. I know you guys. You're all guilty. Somewhere down the other.
No, but definitely, because this time it's been very difficult for like students because we don't have as much teaching time and most of it's going to be self-study, and that's what we're scared about. But the positive is that we had so much time to think of ideas that we started this podcast at the beginning of lockdown, and since then it was like 3 months ago maybe, and we've already grown into getting guests like such as you, like something that we only could dream of getting, like an actor from the Kandasamys. We first got Rushil, which was the biggest deal for us, and then we got Kumar and Naidu, and we were like, okay, this isn't real. We must be dreaming. Maybe COVID took us already, and we're all just living now. And so yeah, just to like the creative juices have been going well, and that's a positive from the whole situation.
No, I think, you know, I and that's why I say like you guys are doing such a fantastic job because this is, you know, I haven't personally heard. I think I picked up a bit on Rushil's podcast. But it's a nice step that you guys have taken, as I said, just to, you know, put your thoughts and ideas out there. And also, I mean, look, I don't personally get to speak to a lot of, in inverted commas, fans or people that follow me. Most of the time, they kind of just they just scream at you, "Hey, it's Prishen." You kind of just have to, you know, oh yeah, hi. I remember I was in Durban about a week ago, and I went to the beach. And it's COVID, naturally, so you kind of always scared about people touching you and stuff. And this woman just grabbed onto my arm and she's like, "Hey, it's you." I was like, "Yes, it's me. Now let go of my arm." You know? So yeah, it's I don't get to talk to many people.
this was recently. That's very irresponsible of her.
Yeah, no, theoretically I'd say about 2 weeks ago I was in Durban and I had to kind of but see, that's kind of part and parcel of the lifestyle, you know.
Yeah.
where you kind of give up your personal space when you become a public figure.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of, that's part and parcel of the job, I guess. And I've worked hard to get to that level of being able to do that, so I'm not going to hide from it.
Yeah, I know what you think. I mean, Shivek and I we met you in a temple for Shivratri, I remember.
Which is, again, you know, you join the line to pray, and someone's like, hey, can I take a picture of you in the middle of the line?
Okay, to be fair, we were too scared to speak to you. I don't know. Okay, I told the story on the but I don't remember whether it was Rushil or it was Rushil. I thought me and Shivek were just speaking, and like out of the corner of our eye, I saw somebody that looked like Prishen from the Kandasamys. So then it was just in my mind. I kept looking over my shoulder, and then eventually I was like, wait, that is Prishen from the Kandasamys.
Yeah, I kind of, when I walked into the temple and everyone started turning backwards, I kind of realized like, okay, I guess people know, you know, that I'm there. But it's nice, you know, the honest truth is that you know, we work really hard, and when people love what you do, the product that you know, put out there, it's a really nice feeling, because it's quite impossible to reach out to like 40,000 people. But when people watch the movie, they get, you know, they get so excited, and they can identify with so many things that you realize that that's the only medium in the world, I think, that we can reach to so many people without even seeing them in real life. And I think that's what's important, and something that I take back with me every day. You know, when you're on set and you're working, because it's difficult. I mean, you're working with so many personalities and different people all the time. At any given point, there's like 40 people around you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you kind of, and you want to basically be, I think what defines a good actor is the ability to kind of just, you know, touch people with your work.
Yeah.
It's been a good journey so far.
Did you always want to do acting, or was it just something that just came about?
I never necessarily wanted to be an actor, but I kind of my path always led towards it. I've always been good with drama. I studied my vernacular from a very young age. I'm not sure if you guys are aware, like back in the day with Hindi school, because I've studied Hindi, they used to have something called Fits.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So I started when I was about 11, 12 to go and, you know, perform in these plays, and just, you know, and I liked it. And then later on, I joined a local community station for youth. I was about 15, 16 around there. And then, like my path always landed towards it. But I think a couple turning points was, you know, I kind of saw Shah Rukh Khan doing Chaya Chaya. And that kind of like, you know, who wouldn't want to dance on the top of a train in a mountain and just feel that, you know, that euphoria of being able to, you know, let go, or seeing like Hrithik Roshan in Kahona Pyar here with his yellow vest and muscles beaming on the boat. And I remember I signed my first film, I was 19. Yeah, I was 19 when I did my first film. I actually I was shot in India, which is pretty cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was called White. It's actually, in fact, South Africa's first film on indentured labourers. The first and only film on indentured labourers, actually.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We have to have an online movie night now. Watching that movie, gents. Just saying.
Yeah. I kind of find that weird. I hope you guys don't normally have movie nights all watching movies, and if so, what movies?
Oh no! This is just because of COVID, because I don't get to see it.
Now there's an app where we watch movies and like we chat on it as we're watching.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. No, that's those watch parties. I haven't actually done those. I must have a look
cool.
at those. But it's just a time thing, because I'll be honest with you guys, I try to watch movies as much as possible, because you pick up so much from other actors.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
which does help a lot in your craft. And the only way to stay ahead of the game is to continuously improve on yourself. And I think in any aspect of life, that's the best way forward. Just always try to better whatever you decide to do in the world. In fact, I got a message today from a youngster, I think in Cape Town. My chick wanted to study film, and I always find it kind of strange when people like give me advice.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're not sure what to say, and then I don't want to be held liable for that pressure.
Yeah,
I understand.
because I know many like youngsters like James are a bit like scared of going into that stuff because some of their parents, they like, this is not, it's not gonna earn you money, you're not gonna make it. And lots of like friends of mine, like they wanted to do drama at school, but they were just scared of doing it. And they usually do try and reach out to like actors, but nothing really comes about it because I don't think some of them reply because obviously they can't reply to everything.
Yeah, you see, the biggest misconception with a lot of people is that actors do see the messages. It's I'm pretty much 90% of the time. It's just you do come across, as I said, different personalities in the industry where some people are cool and will respond to you, and then you get some people who are different personalities. A lot of people want advice, and they sometimes tend to look at the wrong people for that advice, and that's where the problems lie.
Yeah.
So, who was your like biggest inspiration going into the industry, per se?
Sometimes in life, it's you do look up to people until you meet them, and they kind of fall from grace. So I've happened to meet a few people along the journey, and I think the only way you can get through it is to just kind of take the best that you can and just keep walking. And I think that's from an acting perspective. It's different cinemas, different genres of cinema, depending on the type of characters you want to be, and to grow your craft. I used to love Robert De Niro, Taxi, Martin Scorsese, brilliant. And then in Bollywood, you had Raj Kapoor, and you had. I like a little bit more of the older films. I feel they had a little bit more, a little bit more to it. The story was a little sharper. The acting was a little better. I'm not sure I watched it in a very long time where I was like, wow, that was great,
Yeah.
I feel like all of us, like most of us, like resonate more with the older Bollywood films rather than.
But I feel like the stories were better, right?
They were much better than, like, comparing them to I haven't watched many of the newer ones because like I was kind of raised on the ones my parents watched and allowed me to watch. So like, and compared to the ones that we watched recently, they were so much better. Like that old golden generation, as they call them.
Yeah.
For sure the best.
There's a movie that I watched recently, and it's actually if you guys do get it, it's a black and white film, but it's really nice. It's actually the only film in the world that's based on one person. I think it was Guru Dutt, and it's basically the story about a man who comes home and he finds no one in his house, and he thinks his family has left him, so he starts reminiscing about the time that he spent with them. But it's just one guy in the whole film.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is absolutely brilliant.
Was it like a full 2-hour film as well?
Yeah, proper film, like proper film with songs and everything, but it's just one guy narrating everything that he felt when he was with his family.
I don't think you'd ever see something like that in like today's age. I feel like teenagers would just get bored with something like that.
You have to
Which
be
is
mad.
I mean, I'm still getting over. I watched Student of the Year 2 recently.
No, that movie ruined.
I can't believe what I saw.
And when they first announced that there's gonna be a Student of the Year 2, I was like, the first one was so nice. I can't wait. The music was so nice.
It was, and I saw the sequel, and I couldn't believe that people bought tickets to watch a movie like that.
I was so disappointed. Genuinely.
That was like the first time I understood when people said sequels are never as good as the base. That's when I like, okay, maybe that's right. Maybe you're right.
No, but it's true. I remember when myself, Mishka, Jayan, and Rory was sitting about 2 years ago in December talking about doing a sequel to the Kandasamys.
Yeah.
And the one thing that was on all of our minds is it's a known fact with film that there's something called the curse of the sequel.
Yeah.
And I remember we were trying to make, understand, like, if you're going to do something, it has to be bigger. It has to be better. It has to, everything about it has to be
Next level.
on a larger scale.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it can't be stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonsensical. We had to work a lot harder, act a lot better. It was really quite, challenging.
Yeah. There's always going to be a challenge because given the success of the first one and how well written it was, to try and up it, it's always going to be a challenge. But I think you guys did it like really, really well. Like all things.
No, I
considered.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was like you could see like the production and everything, like, and the storyline. It's just like everyone was like wondering what's gonna happen in this movie because we know that they're gonna get married. Like we're like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And I feel like the comedy in the second movie was like, it was just everything was so relatable and funny. Like it was just it's something you can relate to. So obviously people were gonna laugh and like enjoy it. So that's what I felt about the second one.
Yeah, I mean, look, we wanted to do something that was, fresh for South Africa, and also in like wherever you are in the world, you should be able to watch it and still laugh and find the jokes appealing. And at the same time, we didn't want to. There's always this mixed review you get, especially from the Indian community, where they say the joke should have been funnier, too much of kissing. There's always that backlash that you get.
Yeah.
So
But
you have to find that fine line between putting something out there. But I'm like, again, all kudos and credit goes to the director, the producers, the writers who put such brilliant content on paper that it becomes almost effortless for us to pick up and perform. Because we get our the basis of what we need to do from that, what's on paper.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm sure you'd still manage to do a good job with a sketchy kind of script.
I did a film about a year ago or 2 years ago, and I got the script and I read through it and everything, and I get to set in the morning, and then the producer's like, okay, you know what your part's like? I'm like, yeah, I know. So he's like, okay, so don't follow the script, but narrate what the script is saying. And it was weird, but it's so interesting how different directors work. Because that entire film I did without following the script. They just said, do what the essence of the scene is. Which was quite fun to do.
So that was like an improv movie, basically.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, you know what you need to do in the scene. You've got an idea, so do it. And we'll try different takes and let's see which one lands. Because see, the thing is, when you're on set, the director normally gives you a few options. So you do your over the top, you do your very mellow, and then you do something in between. And in doing that, you kind of get the feel of what you want the mood and feel of the scene to be. Obviously, we do pre-production where we get the script, and I personally learned the entire script off by heart, which is like 500 some odd pages. And it helps me when I'm in a scene so that I know the scene before what happened and the scene after what's going to happen, so that you can play onto the flow of the movie. Because it's I feel that's my process. If I need to know, I'm more of a director's actor, so I need to understand what the director wants in order for me to deliver on that.
I understand that, yeah. Because, well, I mean, it's not that I've had an experience like that, but in grade 7 drama, when the teacher would like tell us to do like something along the lines of something else,
yeah,
it would be a struggle. But if you gave me a script and told me to go do that, it's over. nobody's better than Troublemaker on that.
No, but
stage.
it's good.
Tell me.
It's good that you did that. You know, it takes you out of your shell. I feel it gives you a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
I was having a conversation with some of my friends the other day. So I just turned 30, and with being 30, you know, you have a lot of retrospection in life. And we were just talking about how, you know, how do you feel now when you get on a film set? Are you nervous? You know, you got 40 people looking at you. You have a director telling you what to do. You have to dance in front of a group of strangers. You have to cry in front of everybody. You have to pretend like you love someone. You know, do you feel nervous when doing it? And I, truth be told, I don't know what it's like to feel nervous anymore.
That's a great quality to have.
Duran, you were asking a question?
Oh yeah, I was asking, did you expect the attention that the movie received?
I'll tell you what. So on the date that the first film released, the director and I were actually sitting. We'd done a press tour across South Africa, and we were sitting in the airport, and we were like, you know, how many people do you think watched the film on the opening weekend? And she said like 4,000. I was like, 2,000. And then we got the stats, and it was 35,000 people that watched it on the opening weekend. It became South Africa's biggest opening of the century. And
Sure.
we were like,
That's mad.
what? Because when we started the process, I don't think anyone realized the value and the amount of, people just wanted to see representation. They wanted to feel that their stories are also being told. And it resonated not just with the Indian community, but with the South African community. There's very few places I can go where somebody's not going to come up to me and be like, hey, you know, I know you from the film. And with different ethnicities, different age groups. So we didn't, I don't think any of us anticipated the blockbuster it became, or the sequel to become even better. But guys, that's what it's great chatting to you all.
Yeah.
I'll see you all around, definitely. And I wish you guys all the best for the lockdown and school, and I really hope you guys do really well and support local films. I think it's important that everybody, you know, comes and supports. I mean, it's a good space to be in when I like the Kandasamys 2 was the only film of 2019 that made it in the top 20 box office of South Africa. So that was supposed to show, and we were up against your Spider-Man, John Wick, Fast and Furious, you name it, they were there, including Disney films. So it's space that our
Yeah, okay.
Well, thank you for joining us and giving us this opportunity. And thank you for taking time out of your day. And this should be on YouTube and Spotify in the upcoming week or weeks. We don't know what's going on, but
We've been here half an hour.
This
not.
it was a fun conversation. So
Did
I
not
enjoyed
feel
it.
like half an hour. Yeah, okay. That's about double the time of any of our other ones. So I think we're going to end it here. Thank you again, Madhushan, for joining. This is really fun. And thank whoever's listening. Thank you for listening. We love you. And yeah, peace.
no, we don't. But
Subscribe.
This guy said no.
subscribe, though.
Wow.
Take her on lockdown.